Hello everyone, hopefully you're having a great day today. Merciless Vaughn here, back with another Bleach Brave Souls video, and in this one we're going to be taking a look at this month's Limit Breaker quest. Hopefully you enjoy. If you do, leave a like. If you're new to the channel, you haven't been here for a while, please consider subscribing. It helped me get to 500 subscribers. I'm really close. Now with all that said, let's just go ahead and get started. So as you can see, this Limit Breaker quest will be available the 1st all the way to the 17th, so you have a couple weeks to do it, but the sooner you get it done, the better. So you don't forget about it. And so usually we'll just take a look at the slot rules and so now for these first slot stages, it's usually catered towards one of the newer end of month banner units, so I'm pretty sure that is what will be here, one of those new banner units. So it's power attribute damage times 2, melee attack damage times 2, killer effect times 4, and the burn status element, and there's going to be technique, no affiliation enemies there. And as for the slot 2 stages, it's going to be power attribute damage times 2, melee attack damage times 2, killer effect times 4, weakened status element, and technique. Soul Reapers there. And as for the slot 3 stages, it is going to be range attack damage times 2, weakened status element, and heart Quincy enemies. And that's pretty much it for the slot 1, 2, and 3 stage descriptions. Now we can just go ahead and take a look at some of the best in slot characters that we can use for each of these. So the best in slot character for the first stage are going to be this Shinji here. As you can see, he is a power unit and he does have the no affiliation killer plus, so his killer effect will be even stronger. So trait strong attack recharge time minus 14%. He is a melee unit, so you will get bonus melee damage, and he does have an EX move and a dominate plus on all of his attacks. Innate skills will be Sprinter, Havoc, Marauder, Berserker, and Devastation are at 80%, which is very high. He is immune to the fire status element. Frenzy plus 2, Defibrillator plus 7 seconds, increased status element chance against no affiliation enemies. Team/party increased damage to status element affected enemies 20%, damage to a status element 100%. Weakened defense, poise break, and knee spiritual pressure boost 80%. So yeah, this is one of the newer units from the past end of month banner. So yeah, it's usually how this always goes. This first slot is kind of dedicated towards one of those units, and for this one is going to be the Shinji. If you don't have the Shinji, you can use this Yami here. His soul trait is the damage to weakened enemies plus 35%. He is a melee unit, so you will get the bonus melee damage. Weakening on all of his attacks. He is immune to the fire status element. Innovator every 5 seconds, and Sprinter. Bruiser 50%, Berserker 60. He has long reach, flurry plus 1, Defibrillator plus 5 seconds. Increased melee damage, increased power attribute, a ranker damage to status element affected enemies 40%. Poise, guard break, increased killer effect 30, and then guild quest is going to be 50. And then I did skip this one perfectly because increased melee damage 10% and acceptance some quest types. I'm still uncertain if this skill takes effect in Limit Breaker quest, but I think it should. Yeah, this is a good substitute character to use if you just don't have the Shinji, but it's unfortunate that he only has Flurry plus 1 though. Another potential unit you can use is the 8th anniversary Ichigo here. His soul trait is strong attack recharge time minus 14%. He is a range unit, so unfortunately you won't get the bonus melee damage, but he does have weakening and drain on all of his attacks. Sprinter, poise, and read all affiliation dodges are his innate skills. Devastation 60%. He doesn't have a Berserker, unfortunately. Don't know why they didn't give him one. He has a base full stamina boost of 20%. He's immune to all status elements, and he shares that. Havoc 20%, Frenzy plus 3, Defibrillator 5 seconds, increased status element chance against technique attribute enemies. Poise break, sharpshooter, and hit enemies. So if you don't have the Shinji, your best bet will probably be to use this Ichigo. If you do have him, even though you won't get the bonus melee damage, he still should be pretty good. Another unit you can use is this Nelliel here. Soul trait strong attack recharge time minus 12%. She's a melee unit with weakening on all of her effects, so you will get the bonus melee damage. She also does have the team/party stamina recovery, so that would be great if you just so happen to get hit. If you move between the stations, you'll be able to heal. Just like the 8th anniversary Ichigo, she doesn't have a Berserker for some reason, don't know why. Devastation 40%, she is immune to all status elements. Frenzy plus 2, Havoc, Defibrillator plus 5 seconds, increased status element chance against technique attribute enemies. damage to weakened enemies 40%, Marauder and hidden enemies 100%. So yeah, there's some pretty good substitute options for the first slot stages if you don't have the Shinji. So for the second slot stages, the best in slot character would probably most likely be this Baz B here. He does have the Soul Reaper Killer Plus, which is great. That'll be very helpful. Soul Trait, Strong Attack, Recharge Time minus 14%. He's a melee unit, so he will get a bonus melee damage, and he does have the status element trap on his SA3, and all of his attacks inflict the burn status element. As for his innate skills, Sprinter, Marauder, Havoc, Devastation is 60%. He doesn't have a Berserker, unfortunately. He is immune to the weakened status element. He has Frenzy plus 2, except in some quest types, and Frenzy plus 3 in Guild Quest, but that won't matter. But outside of Guild Quest, he has a base Frenzy plus 2, which is still, you know, just better than Frenzy plus 1. Increased status element chance to get Soul Reapers, increased melee damage, damage to burning enemies 80%, weakened defense, and the increased killers, but that's only going to be, you know, kind of in Guild Quest. Well, this one, the 30% one, should work in Limit Breaker. And the status element special pressure boost 80%. Even though he's a Guild Quest unit, he'll still work well outside of it, because you're still getting Frenzy plus 2. You still have this damage to burning enemies 80%, status element spiritual pressure boost, and increased kill effect 30%. So yeah, overall, probably the best in slot unit to use for these second slot stages. But one unit you can use is this very old Safwi Kenpachi here. His Soul Trait is Strong Side Recharge Time minus 12%. He is a melee unit, so you will get the bonus melee damage. He is immune to the weakened status element, and he, at full stamina only, he increases his strong attack damage 20%. He doesn't have a Berserker. Devastation is 40%. Havoc 20%. Frenzy plus 2. Defibber plus 5 seconds. Element Reversal, increased melee damage. Co-op quest, increased melee damage 30%. Poise and Marauder. This is just a really, really old unit. This unit came out when I first started playing the game, and that was almost 3 years ago now. But yeah, he's pretty old. You could also use this Safwi Kisuke here. Soul Trait is the Strong Attack Recharge Time minus 12%. He's a ranged unit, so unfortunately you won't get the bonus melee damage, but he is immune to all status elements. Berserker and Devastation are both at 40%. He does recover stamina between the stages. Having 20%, Frenzy is only at +1, unfortunately. Guard Breaking the status element spiritual pressure boost. Yeah, this guy came out before that Safwi Kenpachi, so he's even older than that. So just keep that in mind, and you also won't have the bonus melee damage like I mentioned. Alright, so the Burn the Witch Bruno will probably be another good unit you can use. He has a Soul Trait, Strong Side Recharge Time minus 12%. He's a ranged unit, so you won't get the bonus melee damage, unfortunately. Sprinter plus 2, he has a chance to dodge Soul Reaper attacks, which is pretty good. Berserker 40%, Havoc 20%, Frenzy is at +1, Bombardment, Defibrillator 5 seconds, Poise, Sharpshooter, and the hidden enemies 100%. Yeah, for these second slot stages, if you really don't have that Baz B, you're just gonna have to, you know, kind of struggle there with these really old units, unless you just have a really strong power unit that you want to use there. Alright, so for the last slot stages here, you could use this Retsu here. She has the Quincy Killer Plus, that will help you out a lot. Soul Trait damage inflicted at full stem plus 35%. And for this one, range damage is actually the multiplier here, so she is a ranged unit, you will have that bonus range damage. She also does have an EX move and a barrier on her Soul Bomb, and all of her attacks inflict a paralysis status element. And it looks like her heal is also on her EX move. Innate skill, Sprinter, Havoc, Sharpshooter, reduce strong attack cooldown 12%. She is immune to the weakened status elements. She's going to have Frenzy plus 2, inside Guild Quest it's plus 3, but that's not going to matter. Bombardment, increased status element chance against Quincy's, increased range damage, and then weakened defense and increased killer effect 30%, and the status element spiritual pressure boost. So yeah, she's a Guild Quest unit, but obviously outside she will work well too. And also that you can never go wrong with this killer plus skill. It's still very, very good. Alright, so you do have this swimsuit Meninas here. She has a Soul Trait of Super Hard Link Slot Poster plus 5. That really won't help you there. She has a ranged unit, so you will get the bonus range damage. She has a barrier and heal on her SA2, which is great. Sprinter, Guard Break plus Pierce Iron Skin, Havoc 20%. She does have a 50% Berserker, all status elements resistance shared. Reduce strong attack cooldown 12%. Frenzy plus 2, increase Damage to enemies not affected by ailment 100%. That'll be great. Multi-barrier +2 and the medic skill. Yeah, overall she's going to be very good there. If you don't have that red suit, she can also be a pretty good support as well as just to heal your team and put up a barrier. So you can't go wrong with her. So this 1000-year blood warrior Ishin here, he's going to be pretty good. His soul trait is the status element spiritual pressure boost 40%. He is a melee unit, so you will be missing out on the bonus range damage. Lacerate and burn on all of his attacks. He is immune to the weakened status elements. Havoc and Sprint are his innate skills. Berserker 50%, Devastation 60%, reduce strong attack cooldown 12%. He does have the Rampage skill. Frenzy is at +2, increased status element chance against hard attribute enemies, weakened defense, poison marauder, and spiritual pressure boost 80% in his skills. But it's 120 here because it's also adding on from his soul trait. So this unit has 120% spiritual pressure boost, which is pretty nice. And I think that's all it for the usable characters for this limit break request. I'm gonna go ahead and make my team and see what we can do. Alright, so I went on ahead and made my team with the characters that I have. Yeah, I'm gonna use the 8th anniversary Ichigo here. Here's his build, just a basic strong attack build. Character links, full stamina, and strong attack reduction links here. And then as for his bonus abilities, I just always like to go with full stamina damage boost and he plus 200 SP. And as you can see here, he is max transcendent. And also just note that all my characters are level 300. You should be level 300 if you just finished the first page of the attribute tree. So there's that. Same build as the Ichigo's, except his character links will be a tad bit different here. This is strong attack reduction, full stamina damage boost. This one's just strong attack reduction. And this one is team / party strong attack damage 20%. This Kenpachi, he's only 1 out of 5. And let's see here, his bonus abilities are full stamina damage boost and then the plus 200 SP. And as for the Balgo and Otsuchi, let's see, yeah. Just same old strong attack accessories that you would use. Strong attack reduction and full stamina damage boost links for him. He is only 1 out of 5. His bonus abilities will be full stamina damage boost and the plus 200 SP. And so that's it for me. Let's go ahead and jump in here and see how many ways we can clear. Probably not a lot though. Alright, so here we are. So for this one, I am missing out on that bonus melee damage, which is kind of unfortunate because I do think it'll be pretty helpful here. But that Ichigo is still pretty good, so yeah. I mean, he's also max transcendent, so that should help him out a tad bit. As for him, he's only one. I think the only problem we'll run into is just those like extremely tanky enemies that we'll see. I think we see them around like the 7th or 8th stage. So, well, he's immune to status elements, so I really don't have to worry about those here. I think not having that bonus melee damage for the Ichigo, we'll probably see that take effect once we see them. This guy, he's just really old and he is 1 out of 5. So, yeah, if he was max transcendent, probably wouldn't struggle all too much. And I think the bonus range names that we have here should help them out. As for who I'm going to use my soul bomb with, I have no idea. I think the only one who's not immune to the status elements in the stage is the Balgo. I think he isn't immune to any status elements if I'm not mistaken. Okay, we're at the yeah. I didn't realize until I like pulled this unit that he doesn't have a berserker. I don't know why they're giving units like no berserker, but I don't think they should do that. I also think they should stop giving units frenzy and flurry +1. That actually went better than I thought it would. I'll use a soul bomb here. Oh yeah, or I'll see you guys after I defeat these enemies if this doesn't just like take up our entire time here. And I lost my full stem, yeah. Alright, so what I actually did was I just actually restarted my one so I could just like do that fight with full HP just because it would have went a lot faster. Had I just stayed there and with the HP that I had, it probably would have took like just way too long there. So that's what I did, but it still took me a couple minutes to do it, so this is probably the end of the run, really. I'll be able to, I mean, this will be the last stage, and then it'll just reset back to the very first stage where we start off with Ichigo, and that'll pretty much be it. So now we just gotta try to speed run through this. Yeah, see, here we are. This is where we started with Ichigo on the very first stage. Yeah, full stamina damage boost is a very, very strong skill. If you just need to make sure you have it up, if you're just probably not using the best in slot characters. Even if you are using the best in slot characters, yeah, just make sure you have that full stem up as much as possible. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, that's my limit breaker quest run here. We did get hit with Ichigo, but I mean, he has Drained and Frenzy +3, so that's nothing to him, really. If he was melee, yeah, we probably would have been smoother sailing through this stage, but yeah, even though he doesn't have that bonus melee damage, he's still doing pretty good here. But this Kenpachi here just really, really slowed us down. And him being only 1 out of 5 and being how old he is definitely hurt us too. Yeah, I think that's it. Yep. Still not bad. I'll take that. Alright, so with the team I have for this limit breaker quest, I was able to clear 13 out of the 22 orders that are available for this one. Yeah, if you have the best in slot characters with some dupes, then you'll probably have an easier time clearing this. So that's going to be it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and as usual, until next time.